was a really tough watch. Well, Kym Marsh, who we saw there, wants people to be more open about this highly sensitive issue, and she wants more research carried out. She spoke to me a short time ago about her own experience when she lost her own baby, Archie.
He would have been 8 this February, and every year we celebrate his birthday and we wish him happy birthday and we send balloons up to him and everything else, because he was very much a part of our family and still is.
How important is that, to remember him?
It's unbelievably important to remember children. And, you know, there's the terminology late miscarriage, and for me, and I know from a lot of other families that I speak to about neonatal death and premature birth, and the term late miscarriage is just something that is too awful. You know, we gave birth to our babies. They were here. Doesn't matter how long they were here for, they were here. So it would be nice to actually acknowledge the fact that they were here. And I think that's something that is important to remember, and you know, and I think that needs kind of changing somehow. He very much was and is a part of our life. I mean, Polly is almost 6 and she knows who he is and she knows everything about him, and we talk about that and we send balloons up and she sings him happy birthday, and you know, he was her brother.
Were you shocked by how widespread this is?
I didn't realise how common this was until it happened to me. And I, of course, went through a situation of not wanting to talk and not wanting to talk. And eventually, when I did open up, and other people started to talk to me about their experiences, and only then did I realise, hang on, this happens so much more than anybody realises. Everybody's different and everybody grieves differently. And I, in the first few weeks afterwards, didn't feel quite ready to speak. But it doesn't mean that you can't keep reaching out to those people. And I think it's important to just say, I'm here, talk to me. Let's remember your baby. Let's talk about how beautiful she or he was. And it was only when I started to talk and continued to talk did I learn to accept what had happened. And I think the key to trying to move forward with your life is acceptance.
You mentioned research. How much more do you think we should be doing on that?
Oh, so much more. I think it'd be good to see more funds coming from the government. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're talking about, this sounds like a real cliche thing to say, but the children are our future, you know, and it really is the case, you know.
Well, and so many lost children.
So many lost children, and so many children that become very, very unwell and poorly as a result of us not knowing what we can do and maybe finding out a bit earlier that something's not quite right.
I was surprised when you said that you felt guilt about Archie.
Yeah, I did feel guilt about Archie. I think, and this is something that you'll see throughout this storyline actually, is that we will kind of touch on all of those kind of areas of how parents feel. But yeah, I did, because, you know, it was something was wrong with me, but it's not the right feeling to have, because of course it wasn't my fault.
The scenes in Coronation Street are absolutely harrowing. How tough was it for you to do those?
You know, it was tough. It was tough to kind of put myself back in the room, if you like. But I wanted to do this. You know, if we were going to do this, we were going to do it. And I was going to go to those places, and I was going to bring this absolutely to the forefront, because it's important, and it's an important subject to me. If this storyline gets 2 people talking, then we've done a great job, you know.
Kym, thanks so much.
Thank you.
A very powerful interview there with Kym, and if you have been affected by any of the issues in our top story tonight, you can go to our website for more information, itv.com/Granada, and on the SANS charity website, which supports families after stillbirth, they have got a hotline, and they'll have extra staff on duty after relevant episodes of Coronation Street, and they'll be taking calls.
Yeah, before we